Hello everyone, and welcome back to the workshop. This is part 2 of the BSA Bantam top end rebuild. So we've managed to get the barrel fitted, so we'll have a look at that. And also I thought we'd have a look at the new ignition system that I mentioned in part 1. We'll pull that out and have a detailed look at it. I'm excited to show that to you. Always nice to have new shiny bits. And I think you'll be impressed with that particular kit, so we'll have a look at that. I've also had some stickers come in from other channels, so at the end of the video we'll have a look at those. And I think this is a first for my videos. I've had some channel mail come in. Some kind folk have sent me some bits and pieces, so we'll say thank you and have a look at those bits as well. And I think that will pretty much wrap this video up. So let's get on and have a look at some bits and pieces. Okay, we've got one piston ring engaged and we've made a new base gasket, so all should be good. Now I've got the piston on 2 parallels so that it stays in one place, and we've stabilised the engine with some extra engineering bits of wood. Got one, as I say, one piston ring engaged. I'm just trying to get the next 2, which I'm probably going to get in the way with my head quite a bit, but do bear with me, please. Excuse me, and we'll see if we can get this barrel fitted. And today I'm very fortunate because I've got my son Edward operating the camera for me, so I can be in one place at once and not having to be in 2 places at once. So say hello to Edward, and thank you very much for doing the camera for me. So we've got 2 in now, and this 3rd one, because we've got the weight of the cylinder has just dropped down on it, is wanting to be a bit of a awkward so-and-so. But we shall persevere. I often wondered who he was. Persevere. Oh, that's a good sound. Nearly. Let's not be eager beavers and break the ring. Probably should be using a piston ring clamp, but hey, why make it easy? Now, number 3 is playing me up. Okay. Okay, we've got 3 rings engaged, so I'm going to very carefully release the parallels, and this time we're not going to tear the gasket. I've said it now, haven't I? So, get a bit more piston engagement. It's making the right noises. caught the gasket a little bit there, that edge. Right, I think we'll do that next little bit on camera because I might have to trim the gasket ever so slightly. Do it off camera. Okay, well, we didn't have to trim the gasket. We managed to get the barrel past it. It was just catching a little bit in one area, but the spigot went past it and it's gone down nice and flat, so we're happy with that. So that's the cylinder barrel fitted. Piston moves up and down nice and freely, makes the right noises, which is always a good thing. I'll just put the head gasket on, just clean the top of the barrel there, put the head gasket on, but we're not going to put the head on and torque it down at the moment. We're just going to put it on just finger tight, just in case it needs to come off to clock the piston for the ignition, but we probably won't have to, but just in case, it's pointless torquing it at the moment. So it's nice and clean and nice and flat. It's all been checked, and you know, obviously you've got to have good clean gasket surfaces if you want your engine to run well and not leak. So we'll just get that located on there, and we'll get the 4 nuts started, and we'll just nip them down hand tight. These are 1/4 Whitworth nuts, so it's 1/4 Whitworth socket that you need to tighten them down. If I can get them started, that is. There we go, that's that one. And definitely starting to look like an engine again, which is good news. Like I say, won't go mad with these, just to stop the barrel from riding up, possibly damaging the base gasket. There we go. So let's just give that a turn over. Yeah, that sounds great. We've got plenty of compression. So that's that part done. I think we'll consider the top end pretty much rebuilt. As I say, just need to top the head finally, but we can do that last thing. And I think the thing to do now is have a look at our shiny new ignition system and see what that's all about. So I'll dig that out now and we'll have a look at it. Well, there you have it. Feast your eyes. It's our new shiny CDI system. Very nice it is too. This particular kit is a Bones CDI conversion kit, manufactured by BSA Bantams in Australia, and unfortunately Bones is no longer exporting these kits to the UK, so I'm very lucky to have this one. It was from a customer that no longer required it, and you know, I managed to pick it up brand new in the box. So as I say, yeah, I'm very, very lucky to have it, and I'm very pleased to have it. I've spoken to Bones, and yeah, he's confirmed, yeah, that's one of my kits, you know, brand new in the box. And as I count him as a friend, he watches my channel and I watch his channel. You know, I just, out of courtesy really, just said, are you happy for me to talk about it on the video? And he said, yeah, no problem, Dean, as long as you know, you get across the point that unfortunately they're not going to be exported to the UK anymore. So that said, you know, there are quite a few of these fitted to bikes in the UK already. I believe they were very successful when they were exported over here. So it's, you know, very, very possible that you could buy a bike and find one of these kits fitted. So hopefully, if you do, this will help you out. But I think generally on, you know, bikes of this vintage, fitting a more modern ignition system is a good idea anyway, because you know, I'm thinking back to the 1970s when I remember my granddad bemoaning the original Y-Pack system then, you know, that it was kind of past its best. So, you know, another 50 years on top of that probably not improved them really. So I think, you know, a CDI upgrade is a really good idea. So let's have a look at this kit and see what we get. So the first thing you notice is this rather nice back plate that's been machined, very reminiscent of the original Y-Pack system. It's got the bush in the centre there for the points cam end of the crankshaft. So the crankshaft is fully supported, which is a nice touch. You've got the threaded holes here for the BSA points cover. Everything's nicely heat shrinked or rubber booted, all pre-wired. And then, as you can see here, the BSA specific backplate has the CDI backplate fitted into it, and this comes all pre-assembled. I didn't fit this. It's already done. Your ignition pickup there, and your various coils for ignition, lighting, and charging. So yeah, that feels like a really nice unit. It's very light. You compare that to the Y-Pack points backplate, and you know, it's probably a third of the weight, maybe less. And then at the business end, we have the Japanese style bullet connectors, the neoprene booted. They feel very nice, good quality stuff. And then you have the electrical unit, which is mounted to this steel plate, which again, I think it must have been laser or possibly plasma cut. There's no you know, no roughness to it at all. It's very nice. You've got your reg rec, you've got your ignition coil, HT lead. It's even got an HT boot on the end of it. You have your CDI unit there, and then there is this fly lead here. Let me just put this down so you can see it. Fly lead with a multi-plug on the end of it, and that is for your handlebar mounted kill switch, which I haven't taken out the plastic yet, but it looks like a nice, decent quality unit. And on certainly on earlier Bantams that don't have an ignition switch, you know, very useful to have a kill switch on the handlebar. You get the mountings and everything there. So a little bit of I mean, I don't suppose you'd have to, you know, you don't have to fit it. It's a little bit of a deviation from originality, but I think a very, you know, worthwhile thing to have, particularly on an earlier Bantam. You also get a couple of mounting screws and these nice rubber insulated P-clips, and this is because the electrical unit mounts under the fuel tank. It suspends from the top tube using these P-clips, so you know it's well out of the way, and it doesn't detract from the original look of your bike, which is good. Now, fitting it to the engine is a very simple task indeed. You'll recall in my previous video I was taking some measurements from the rotor to the face of this cover, and that's to prevent your stator from rubbing against your rotor. Now, as long as those measurements are within tolerance, it could not be simpler. Because it all comes pre-assembled, there's nothing to set up basically. A simple matter of fitting the stator, and it uses the 3 screws that your Y-Pack system used, and the instructions advise you to initially set it to the central position, and then you can advance it and retard it and just fine tune it to your bike, your setup, just as easy as that. So, you know, that's the route that we'll take. And as I said earlier, your points cover fits on. So on the earlier Bantams, obviously that would be your outer cover with the BSA logo on it. and then on the D7 we have the super cover which goes on. And so, you know, once this is fitted, or once your points cover is fitted, apart from the fact that this is a little bit shinier than your original backplate, there's no real sort of way to tell that you've upgraded it. So, you know, keeping the original look, but improving the reliability and I dare say the performance. There's the hole there in the casing, and there we go. Obviously, we'll feed the wiring loom out through there and up underneath the fuel tank. So that's pretty much it. I don't really have much more to show you on the ignition. You know, I'm excited to have a go at it and get it running and see how it goes. I think with the rebore and a carb rebuild and the CDI system, you know, we should have a nice, easy starting and crisp performing engine. So that's that really. That is the Bones CDI system. Here's a sticker that recently came in. This is a shout out to Kev at Mr. Factotum's workshop. Kev's over here in the UK, he's up in Derbyshire, and he runs a very interesting and varied channel. And he presents it in a really warm and personable way. He's into model engineering. He recently built a steam locomotive that he runs at his local track. He's got some fantastic motorbikes, and he recently did a series of videos where he converted a standard bicycle into an electric powered bike. So well worth checking out. Please do go over there and give him some support. And Kev, thanks very much indeed for sending in the sticker. As soon as I get a sticker board, you'll be going up on there. So thanks very much. Now I hope you'll excuse the hand operated camera here. Not too wobbly, I hope. But I did want to share this with you. This is a huge thank you to John Mills of the Doubleboost channel. There we go, there's John's stickers. John's channel is home workshop, machining, welding, milling, plasma cutting. Basically, if you can do it in a home workshop, from sort of steam engines through automotive, motorcycle, you name it really, John is doing it. So if you haven't checked out his channel, and I think most of you probably will have done, but if you haven't, go over there and have a look. He's got an impressive back catalogue of videos, and I think that you're almost guaranteed to find something that will interest you. Now, John has very kindly sent in this nice selection of AF and Whitworth spanners, and I think that they're sizes that he doesn't use very often, but to a guy like me that does British bikes and encounters British fastener sizes, these are incredibly useful. And we've got some really nice ones as well at Tipco there. Focus please camera. And we've got Britool, and just a real nice selection of sizes. So John, thank you very much indeed, most appreciated. These will definitely get used, and yeah, thanks very much indeed. I say, if you haven't checked out John's channel, yeah, go over there and have a look, and I think you'll enjoy it. Here's a couple of nice gifts that have come in from my brother, Carl Wilson. His channel is called Carl Wilson, and he's currently doing a Harrison milling machine rebuild. It's a real beast of a machine, and he's doing it in a garage not much bigger than mine. So yeah, some really interesting videos at the moment that he's doing, overcoming the you know, the sort of size and mass of the components that he's working on. So well worth checking out. So the first thing that he sent me is this very nice magnetic camera mount. Now it's got a ball joint that you can put in basically any position you want and lock it off. The magnet is incredibly strong, very strong indeed, and it has this mobile phone type mount on the top. Now I do all my videos on an Android phone, which is probably why they're so terrible. No, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But this is, it's absolutely perfect. It's just a spring-loaded job with the rubber feet so you don't damage the phone. And why I think this is going to be a real boon to the channel is because if we just go handheld, to excuse me for a moment, we come over to the lathe. When I'm filming on the lathe, I have the camera back here somewhere on the tripod, and you're quite a good way from the business end. Now, with this thing, just plonk it on there. We have tailstock cam, and we can move the camera in and out, or indeed anywhere really that we want to be filming from. We could stick it on the compound, and hopefully that will improve the videos rather, when I've got the lathe running. Obviously I could put it on the milling machine. I could put it on the table of the milling machine, or the vise. So yeah, I think that's going to improve machining videos, and yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Thank you very much, Carl. And then the next thing he sent me is these casters, and these are for my compressor. I've got a 100-litre compressor, and it's just mounted on just welded feet on the bottom of the air receiver. And Kyle's idea was stick a set of these casters on, and then when I need to pull it out to clean behind or to do any maintenance, it's much easier to just roll it out on the casters. And yeah, come with a brake on that one. Look, I think 2 of them are braked and 2 of them are normal. And there's only 3 mounting points on the compressor, so I could either just put 1 brake on or 2. But great, fantastic. Thanks very much, Carl. Very much appreciated, and you'll see those getting pressed into use in the very near future.